Well, Noppon Saengkham won the first frame with an 87 break, but since then made a few inroads into this match. And Mark Allen has looked confident. He's had breaks of 87 and 120 in the last two. So 3-1, he needs two more to take on either Tom Ford or Lei Pei Fan, who are just resuming on table 2. That'll be the second semi-final tomorrow night. In the afternoon, we've got Wu Yize against Xiao Gudong. As this last ranking event of the year reaches its climax.
Again, that was ever so close, wasn't it? Rattled a lot in the jaws. You can see this again. That tried to go in.
Background noise.
Well, just a bit of noise just bleeding through, it would seem. Colin Humphrey's just having a word.
I can hear the buzzing. If it's the air conditioning or not.
So it might be the air conditioning.
Gotcha.
Surely you need heating, don't you, at this time of year?
He's got a phone through.
He made that sound like there's a helicopter, didn't he? That swirling, Dave, of the hands. I'd be surprised if that was what the noise was.
Well, he doesn't want any distractions because he's kind of in the zone, isn't he? Obviously, there's been the 15-minute interval, but he's coming out here with the same purpose that he showed to get 3-1 in front. Looking to reach a 41st ranking event semi-final this evening. This is already his 67th quarter-final, Mark Allen. He's won 11 ranking titles, which, you know, I mean, any title is brilliant. To win one is great, but once you get into double figures, that's seriously impressive. We know how hard these tournaments are to win. And he wants to climb as high as he can, I guess, in the next few years on that list.
Once
17.
Ripping cue action he's got. Taking the cue right through the bunch of reds here.
$22. $23.
Looking at the pink spot as to whether it will go on its own spot. The others all seem to be occupied.
Give us a second, please, Mark.
So Colin Humphreys suggesting it will go somewhere in behind its spot. Doesn't really get in the way of anything Mark is doing.
this. It's got to be in line with the spots.
Thank you. 29.
Another seriously good scoring chance, this.
30.
Yeah, he's been rather frozen out, hasn't he? I mean, he scored 21 points in the last frame. Well, 7 of those were that sort of foul at the end on the black. Didn't score at all in the previous 2 frames, Noppon.
He's had 2 or 3 close shaves, hasn't he? A couple of reds to left corner that
37.
Day might have just dropped in. But other than that, as you say, he's been closed out completely.
$38. $49. $50.
It's good to see Alan just getting on with it here and playing at his instinctive best. He's got his teeth into this match now, hasn't he? Sensing a chance to get to another semi-final and indeed win another title at the weekend.
55.
So used to winning as a junior, he won all amateur events you could win, including the World Amateur title itself.
56. $63.
So concerned now for Noppon Saengkham, he just can't get in this match. And
64.
time's running out because this black is frame ball to put Mark Allen within a frame of the semi-finals.
And they're all going in so cleanly, aren't they? That's Noppon's biggest problem. Mark Allen is
71.
some of these blacks just falling into the centre of the pocket. Timing is bang on. Break building and cue ball control has been there. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Mark Allen that, if you go back 4 or 5 years, when he can be absolutely devastating when he's in. And, he's shown a few different ways of winning in the last few years. But this is the Mark Allen that sort of came onto the scene and had all this tight cue ball control.
79.
It's here now.
$80.
One thing you have to say, he's a very talented player because he's made a few alterations. He was trying something new in York. Don't know if it really worked for him in such a short period of time, but he's got so much talent that he can he can win in lots of different ways.
88.
Motoring now, isn't he?
Yeah, this is seriously impressive. Making his move on this Friday. Knows that you've got to keep
94.
improving as the tournament goes on. This is superb. Looking good for back-to-back centuries.
95.
Just to underline how well he's played here. Superb. And that's now 7 centuries in the tournament. This is only the 4th match he's played.
100. 101. Seven. 109.
So it feels like a long way back. It's not just the scoreline. It's how well Alan's played to lead 4-1.
112.
It's just needing maybe one more chance to win the match now on this evidence.
116.
Bouncing around the table now, isn't he?
121.
There was a lot of topspin involved in that. Didn't even bother with the black.
No, 127 to follow the 120. Seriously impressive from Mark Allen, who now on each. He's made breaks of 87, 120. Saengkham's been looking for some sort of chance, and it's come immediately here in frame 6.
One.
But he's been sort of kept cold, really, for the last 4 frames. He only scored 21 points, and in 3 of the frames, he didn't score at all.
Yeah, he never really got into those. The kind of cue ball just slid around the main bunch. See it again here. Didn't really get into them. However good you are, you do need a little few breaks here or there. We saw that great kiss that Mark Allen had in the frame, which led to a sizable break a couple of frames back before the second of the back-to-back centuries. And he's got this red, getting onto his next colour. Oh, brilliant that is. I mean, it was a hard enough plant to pot because the red near the pocket wasn't hanging over the pocket.
7.
Oh, yeah, this is a terrific shot.
Twelve. 13.
He's lost 4 times to Allen. The last 3 were all 6-1, so they're all one-sided. Of course, this is best of 9, but he's sort of been in this position before against the Northern Irishman.
Nicely played, just clearing the pink away from the couple of reds.
20.
He's not given up. I don't think he knows what that means. You know, he's battles all the way. He's got a lot to do, but he's still bang up for the match.
21.
That's a very
28.
attacking shot to get these reds into play. So a chance to win the frame in a single visit himself, which having been kept cold for so long would be impressive. I think he loves playing, doesn't he? He's known as a big practicer. Got to keep it going, though, because if he falters here, they're all there for Mark Allen to get the match won.
Yeah, and you get the feeling he would probably dish them up the way he's been playing.
$34. Thank you. 35.
Even that was a good shot because he had to get the cue ball quite a way up the
42.
table for the red. He wants to play the left-hand red of the ones in the middle of the table.
$43.
Didn't see Noppon Saengkham in York. He didn't qualify. Zhang Tong beat him. Of course, he...
$58.
Warm applause for another
73.
frame-winning break, and more to come.
$74.
Never really been in any trouble here. He got the reds open very early on, which is the way he likes to go about things.
80.
And that's the thing, at this standard, okay, 4-1 down, it'd be 4-2 now, but if you just need one chance of frame, then he only needs 3 more,
81.
in theory, to win the match. So Mark Allen has a good lead, and he's played superbly, but he's not there yet. He can do nothing about this, of course, from his seat. And all he did, of course, was break off. He left that red to the middle, the left middle. At one point, he looked like he'd not left it, but Noppon Saengkham could see it, and this is the result.
$88. 89.
Hsu says break is still going to stand for now because he can't beat the 139.
$95. Thank you. $96.
such a good century break. Thinking about how accurately all those
103.
pots were going in. Barely anything is even got anywhere
104.
near the jaw of the pocket. Straight in the middle, all the way through. Precise positional play. Even that shot meticulously played perfectly behind the yellow.
109.
Well, it's become a high-scoring contest. This is the third century in a row. We've had a couple of 87s as well into the bargain.
111.
Noppon Saengkham had to sit and watch Mark Allen make those breaks, but he was ready when this chance came to make one of his own.
114. 118.
It's his third century of the tournament. His 13th of the season, a timely one to keep himself in this match. Just remind everyone there is still a match on, because it was starting to look like a procession for Mark Allen. But all he did here was break off. Left to red, and Noppon Saengkham has stepped in.
129.
Magnificent. That really was a magnificent. So what next? We've had back-to-back centuries from Allen and one also from Saengkham. He breaks off in frame 7, trailing 4-2. Allen still one away from a semi-final place.
Well, I expect him to take this long red on with full commitment. Yeah, that's the third one that's rattled in that jaw that Noppon has missed narrowly.
One.
They cued that well, because from the side cushion they had to put a bit of extra into the cue ball to land it
6.
behind the red, and you've got to be accurate on those.
7. 13. Cheers.
Well, from what we've seen, if you're Noppon Saengkham, you'll be concerned now. Even though it's early days in this frame. Tried to open more edges, just slightly lost the cue ball though.
21.
Yeah, I think he got underneath the cue ball a bit, didn't he, and just spun it back onto the cushion. So it's going to be a good shot to keep the break going from where he's placed. It's only that red, the one by the black, that he can play. He might hit the black on the way through if he isn't careful. Just clipped it. Oh, that'll do. That's a nice shot. That's kind of, I think, how he believed the shot would pan out. Just a clip against the black, but not much. Now this time, does the break end, because it looks like he's pretty much embedded in that
29.
group of reds there. You might be able to get to the left-hand red of the two. The one to the left of the black, but even then, he's very awkward cueing. Not sure if you can see enough to pot it anyway. Well, I think we've come up with the answer there, judging by the shot he's playing now. Just dead batting it, really.
Mark Allen, 29.
I don't know what's going to happen here, because it seems to be touching everything, this cue ball. Can't be touching all three, can it?
Touching ball.
Oh, only one of them. I suppose if you have to have both feet or 1 foot on the floor when you're not actually playing a shot. I don't know if would you be allowed to climb on the table and stand on it just to see where the balls are? I don't know.
I think standing on it would be frowned upon.
Well, the table fitters would hate it, clearly, but I mean, if you can't get to see what you need to see.
He's got the swan neck arrest out. Yeah, played it well in the end. He just wanted to have a look for himself in terms of which red was touching it. The referee had told him, but anyway, he's played a good shot. In pool, quite often at the end of a tournament, well, pretty much every tournament, 9-ball pool, they jump on the table to celebrate, but I don't know, in snooker somehow it seems like that would be frowned upon.
Must have done that. Absolute world of damage there. That could be his last shot. I mean, if anything from the previous frames is what we could judge it by, he has played his last shot, because the way that Mark Allen has been deadly. But this is the frame that wins him the match. Maybe it'll be a little more difficult to get over the line.
One.
Well, he's found a little route through to the black, which suggests it might be the end. Certainly, as Dave mentioned, there's been a few very one-sided wins. Mark Allen over Noppon Saengkham. You want to make sure that the red will go when respotted. So it goes now. But I think it will absolutely fly anyway. I mean, obviously what he's really saying is to make sure Colin puts it back on the spot this time, which I'm sure he was going to. And
16.
Red, well, you could get a bust through there.
$17. $22.
Well, I'm making 51 in front here. We've just lost the score strap, but he was on 29, wasn't he? So 51-0. There we go. Just looking to stay in here and get this match won.
23.
He doesn't sort of get carried away with performances, Mark Allen, but I think he'd be very satisfied with this one. And just generally the way he's played this week. He's had a real sort of spring in his step here. And he's made the breaks, and he just needs to make one more.
$29. 30.
Well, Noppon Saengkham started with an 87. In the last frame, he made a 136. But the last shot he played, he must have feared the worst. He left the world on, really. He tries to attack, doesn't he? He likes to try and get involved, but if it's not going in, you're going to leave chances.
It's been a really interesting match. I've enjoyed it. The scoring's been of the highest class. The aggressive play that you point out from both players. You feel that Noppon will be determined to improve all the time. You'll learn from every defeat. This is going to be one of them.
42.
Yeah, that was his last shot. He needs snookers. He's played well this week, really well, beaten some top players.
43.
Well, Ricky Walden, Mark Selby, Ali Carter. As I said at the start, 3 multiple ranking event winners. But another one, 11 times champion. Mark Allen has really raised his game here.
48.
And there is enough on to win the match with a third century. Made 3 against Ryan Day the other day.
49. 54. 55.
Pot success right now for Alan, 95%.
$62. 63.
Yeah, we're getting some very serious numbers, aren't we, now in breaks?
70.
Now we're looking at another one
71.
here. 2 breaks of 86. It's all happening, isn't it, on the scoring front? Look at that shot again.
78.
I think everyone knows in the game that Mark Allen, when he's playing well, you know, he can be pretty devastating.
80.
We haven't always seen it recently. He has, as I said earlier, tried to change his game somewhat to be tougher to beat, but not much tougher to beat than this,
83.
whatever he's playing like. Slightly less forensic with his style at the moment, but
87.
lethal when he's in amongst them.
$92.
Yes, he advances to a 41st ranking event, semi-final in style.
98.
This black for a hat-trick of centuries for Mark Allen. Seriously impressive. The pistol is firing again. Mark Allen, with a dominant performance, reaches the semi-finals of the Scottish Open. He defeats Noppon Saengkham by 5 frames to 2.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम दोस्तों, वेलकम बैक टू आवर चैनल टेक्निकल मौसम। अगर आप हमारे चैनल पर न्यू हैं तो सब्सक्राइब करें, साथ साथ बेल आइकन भी दबाएं ताकि हमारी टेक वाली वीडियो आप तक पहुंचे। तो फ्रेंड्स, आज मैं बताऊंगा कि मोबाइल की स्क्रीन पे जो लाइनिंग होती है उसको आप कैसे सॉल्व कर सकते हैं। मतलब कि स्क्रीन जो फ्लिकिंग होती है उसको आप कैसे सॉल्व कर सकते हैं। तो उसके लिए आपको क्या करना है, प्ले स्टोर में जाना है। तो यहाँ पर सर्च करेंगे ओलेड सेवर, तो आपको ओलेड सेवर कुछ भी नहीं मिलेगा। यहाँ पे एप्लीकेशन प्ले स्टोर है ही नहीं। तो आपको क्या करना है, इसको कट कर देना है। फिर आपको क्या करना है, क्रोम ब्राउज़र ओपन करना है। तो जैसे आप क्रोम ब्राउज़र ओपन करेंगे तो जैसे आप ओलेड सेवर सर्च करेंगे तो एपीके प्योर की एप्लीकेशन आ जाएगी। यहाँ से ओलेड सेवर आपको मिल जाएगा। तो ये ओलेड सेवर, इसको आपको क्या करना है, डाउनलोड कर देना है। तो इसके आप डाउनलोड करें और यहाँ से आप रिव्यू इसके दे सकते हैं और इसकी आप वीडियो देख सकते हैं। इसके आप फ़ीचर देखें, ये बहुत सारे कमाल के फ़ीचर हैं। तो यहाँ पे इसकी लोडिंग हो रही है, आप वेट कर दें लोडिंग। हाँ, और ये देख सकते हैं इसका जो ना आप फ़ीचर देखें, यहाँ से आपको इनेबल कर देना है। जैसे आप डाउनलोड करेंगे तो यहाँ पे इनेबल कर देना है और ब्राइटनेस जो भी आपको रखनी है वो आप रखनी है और यहाँ मैक्सिमम ब्राइटनेस जो भी आपको रखना है वो भी आप रख सकते हैं। और यहाँ से आप जो ना इनेबल ब्राइटनेस यहाँ से कम या ज़्यादा कर सकते हैं। और आपको ये ऊपर आपको जो ना लाइट की एक लाइन दिखाई दे रही, प्लस करेंगे तो प्लस हो जाएगी, माइनस माइनस हो जाएगी। तो इस तरह के आपको मिल जाएंगे। और डू नॉट यूज़ द ऐप और यूज़ द ऐप, यहाँ से पहले आपको ये प्रॉब्लम मिलेगी, उसके बाद जब आप यूज़ करेंगे तो ये मतलब सॉल्व हो जाएगी। ये इसके एप्लीकेशन के थ्रू आपकी प्रॉब्लम सारा का सारा आपको मिल जाएगा सॉल्यूशन। तो इसका आप पढ़ सकते हैं डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ OLED सेवर ऐप। When the brightness of the phone using the AMOLED screen lowered the brightness past a certain point, the screen started a flicker or pulse. This is the result of the AMOLED technology. Samsung अमंग अदर जो ना आपको डिवाइसेस पे ये मिल जाएगी। और यहाँ पे ओलेड से जो ना ऐप का अपडेट जो वर्जन है 1.39 इसका अपडेट है। और एड सिस्टम ब्राइटनेस एडजस्टमेंट कंट्रोल। दूसरा जो है फिक्स जो ना दूसरा इसका प्रॉब्लम फिक्स द प्रॉब्लम दैट द ब्राइटनेस ऑटोमेटिकली became lower under some conditions. Add traditional Chinese support. Add a pause functions temporarily. Disable the mask. उसके बाद आपको if the upgrade users encounters embroiler suggestion when the screen is rotated, please uninstall and reinstall the app. तो यहाँ पे आपको बोला है कि अगर कोई प्रॉब्लम है तो इसको आप अनइंस्टॉल कर सकते हैं, उसके बाद फिर से दोबारा रीइंस्टॉल कर सकते हैं। और यहाँ से आप इसके वर्जन कोई भी आप डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं। ये वर्जन इसका है, ये भी इसका है, ये भी इसका ही है, ये भी इसका ही है। आप कोई भी आप वर्जन डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं। तो मैंने डाउनलोड करके रखी हुई है, आप डाउनलोड करें इसको। और आप यूज़ कैसे करेंगे, तो मैंने ये पहले से डाउनलोड करके रखी हुई, आप इसको यूज़ कैसे करेंगे। इसको आप क्लिक करना है, तो जैसे आप क्लिक करेंगे यहाँ पे आपको इनेबल कर देना है। जैसे आप इनेबल करेंगे तो यहाँ पे इनेबल हो जाएगा। और ब्राइटनेस आप ऊपर देखेंगे, यहाँ पे ब्राइटनेस आ चुकी है। और इसको आप कम या ज़्यादा कर सकते हैं, इस तरह प्लस माइनस भी कर सकते हैं। और इसको आप कम या ज़्यादा भी कर सकते हैं, आप देख सकते हैं। और ब्राइटनेस इसको डिसेबल करें। और यूज़र फ्लिकिंग डू नॉट यूज़ भी कर सकते हैं, इसको यहीं रहने दें। और बेसिक फिजिकल ब्राइटनेस इसको 255 पे रहने दें। और सेटिंग ये कि ये जो ना पहले टिक मार्क पे क्लिक कर देना है, यहाँ पे इनेबल कर देना है। और आपको सेटिंग वगैरह सब कुछ हो जाएगा। अगर आपको यूज़ नहीं करना है तो हाउ टू यूज़ करेंगे, तो इनेबल कर देना है। उसके बाद यूज़ फिक्स ब्राइटनेस, बेसिक ब्राइटनेस और सेटिंग वगैरह आपको मिल जाएगी। तो जैसे आप इसको इनेबल करेंगे तो आपकी ब्राइटनेस इनेबल हो जाएगी। तो इस तरह आप कर सकते हैं, बहुत ही आसान तरीका है। तो इस तरह आपको आपको बहुत ही आसान मिल जाएगा। आप अगर आपको हमारा वीडियो पसंद है, लाइक करें, शेयर करें और अपने दोस्तों से भी शेयर करें, ताकि हमारी वीडियो आप तक पहुंची रहे। मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में।